Okay, guys, so we're here today to do another Dollar General Dollar Tree makeup tutorial. I'm actually in the mood to do something bold today and just play around, something I wouldn't wear on an average day. I'm thinking something kind of Egyptian, maybe some jewels, who knows? But I want to try something far out there today. So right now I'm about to start with the eyebrows. What I'm going to do is take some of this clarifying press powder from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to prime the eyebrows area so that it's drier. Okay, now it's time to get to work tracing the eyebrows. So you follow the bone, but you kind of outline it. So you line it out just a little further than the bone would be. Than the hair, I'm sorry, than the hair. You make a rectangle and then close it off at the end. It's always good to follow from this corner of the eyebrow to this one. Some people draw on their eyebrows and they draw it all the way down, and it's just not natural looking. Okay, I'm doing a gradient eyebrow, which means that I fill in the back half darker, and when I come to the front half, it's going to be lighter. Follow the bone. Drawing a rectangle. Fill in the dark end. Sometimes when you go against the grain, it may make the hairs fuzzy, but it will fill in gaps and light spots in the eyebrow. Okay, fill the front end lighter. Okay, so now you've completely drawn all your eyebrows, and it's time to start cutting the shape of the eyebrows. Right now they look huge. So what I'm going to do is use this NYX concealer. I believe this came from Dollar General or either CVS. Oh, by the way, some products in this video may come from CVS. But the general theme is to use budget items to produce a full makeup look. So sometimes you can find bargains at the dollar store. Sometimes you find them at the drugstore. Sometimes you might find it at the beauty supply store. And in this tutorial, I'm also going to show you some foundation that you will find in the beauty supply store that covers everything. It's the secret weapon to the full face of makeup. Okay, so with the concealer, you're going to trace the outside of the eyebrow lightly. It's important not to put too much on because then it'll smear and your eyebrow will be messed up. So I'm going to come back with a concealer brush, and I'm going to smooth out the concealer and line up and cut the eyebrow. Just like if you were painting the corners of a wall, you just slowly want to cut detail into your eyebrows. And you just keep smoothing until it's blended well and the eyebrow is nice and neat. Okay, now repeat that same process for the bottom of the brow. Lightly add a dash of concealer. Don't worry about the middle or the unibrow kind of look right now. That's all going to blend when you do your makeup. Okay, and you repeat for the bottom of the brow. Okay, so we missed one step, and I'm going to go back and do that now. I lightly take a toothbrush to brush down the wild or stray hairs and also blend the liner. There you have your eyebrows. Okay, so now you have your eyebrows done. They may look like a unibrow, but by the time you do your foundation and your contour, this area is going to be contoured, which will make these not be so close together. Now I'm going to come back in with the same NYX concealer, and I'm going to tap lightly some of the darker spots on my face so that when I put on my foundation, I'm not using a whole lot of foundation. Using the same concealer brush, I'm going to blend in these areas. I've also noticed when using this makeup, the key to a lot of it is letting it dry because it's a little bit looser, it's a little bit greasier, but as you let it dry, it congeals together. Okay, so I've concealed the trouble areas on my face, and now I need to let this dry. Okay, guys, we've covered the dark spots with concealer, and I'm noticing that I want the eyebrows to be a little darker since we're doing something dramatic today. So I'm going to take this Tony eyeshadow, mascara from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to darken the dark ends of the eyebrow. Okay, now I'm going to come back with my toothbrush, make sure that everything is mixed and blended and smooth. Sometimes mascara can produce clumps. Okay, now I'm going to go back with my concealer brush and shape up. There's still product on my face, so there's really no need to add a lot of product. Okay, so now it's time to move on to foundation. I always do my foundation after the concealer. Some people do all of the eyes first, and I just can't do it that way because the colors, when you're getting from drugstore and different things, blend so differently from what you would expect. So now I'm going to come in with the foundation. Okay, guys, this absolute foundation, I found it at the beauty supply store. It works miracles. So let's see what it does to cover this face and blend this complexion. Notice I didn't put a lot of foundation. I simply hit the core areas, which is the T-line, straight down your face and straight across. Okay, guys, so now I'm going to come in with my sponge and blend the makeup. I'm not just using the tapping method because I notice when you tap only, you use a lot of makeup. And it also makes a pattern on your skin where it's not like smooth lines. Be careful around the eyebrows, but you do want to get that natural look. Okay, you now have a full face of makeup. Okay, guys, now that I have a full face of makeup, I'm going to come back in with this Maybelline Superstay 30-hour makeup, and I'm going to do all around the edges so that I can try to blend my face and my neck. Okay, so it's all blended in, and now we're going to go on to highlighting the face. Okay, so I take that back. You can't highlight without first pressing in the face. So right now I'm going to take this clarifying press powder from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to press in all the makeup and blend everything on my face. Okay, we're all blended, and now we're ready to do some of the sculpting. Okay, so using a different sponge, I'm going to come in with this new color foundation from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to highlight the cheekbones, the forehead, bridge of the nose, and the chin, the middle of the lip and the chin. I'm using a different sponge because I don't want the product from the other sponge to influence the color of this makeup. Okay, now it's time to blend. Okay, and you just continue blending until it's all done. Okay, now I've completely highlighted the face, the cheekbones, the bridge of the nose, the center of the face, and the chin. Now I'm going to come in with the deep color, which is the contour, and I'm going to use this Maybelline Superstay 30-hour concealer. This is to cover the areas that you did not contour, that you did not highlight. The size of the nose, the cheekbones where the top teeth and the bottom teeth meet in the jawbone, the cleft on the chin. And you can do the size of the forehead if you like. I'm going to try it today since we're doing a bolder look, but usually I don't do this part. Okay, now it's time to blend. I'm going to use a different blender this time because, again, we don't want the colors to be affected. I'm going to use a smaller contouring brush for the bridge of the nose. You can bring it up to the eye. And also trace around the nostril. Okay, and now I'm just going to continue tracing and blending until all the colors have infused into each other. Okay, so now we see we're making progress. All right, so just to make sure that the nose is contoured properly, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild Conceal It. I'm sorry, this is LA Colors Conceal It. Okay, now I have to let this dry and blend it so that the lines aren't so obvious. Okay, now that things have been blended, you have on highlighter, you have on contour, it's time to press out some of this oil. So I'm going to use again, oh no, I'm sorry. I'm going to use this Maybelline Fit Me powder to press out some of the oil around the edges using a weighted brush. Okay, now to get the oil that's in the middle, I'm going to put on, this is like only my second time, it's called a bake, where you put the color highlighter and you let it sit, and then you lightly brush it off at the end. So watch that for the next section. Okay, guys, now that we have a full face of makeup, I'm going to go in and start doing some of the detailing. So I found this wonderful LA Colors liquid liner at Dollar Tree. I'm going to use it to highlight certain areas of my bone structure. So I'm coming in right under the eyebrow. Keep in mind we're doing an Egyptian look today. Okay, so I like this liner, and I know I'm going to highlight the nose, so I'm just going to trace down the contour area. Okay, and I'm going to let that sit for a little while before I blend that. I don't want to get my brush wet, and I also don't want to waste all the makeup. Okay, now I'm going to lightly blend. Okay, so normally I would blend this liner, but since we're doing something special today, I'm going to keep it. Okay, so we have on our first wave of liner. Now, this is the tricky part. I want to come in with the next color, so just keep watching. Okay, so I have this great LA Colors liquid metallic blue liner, and I'm going to line my eyes, and also I'm going to line under the gold that I've already added. Okay. Okay, so now we have the infamous blue for the Egyptian look. Next, I'm going to come in with this Maybelline Superstay lipstick, but I'm going to use it for the eyes. You may get a smudge or two, but you just want to come back when it's dry and clean up your lines. So I'm basically doing the makeup in the shape of an eye. All right, guys, so we did all that work and I ended up having to wipe it off because it wasn't looking Egyptian. It was looking like something else. Nonetheless, stay tuned in because I'm going to fix this mess.